Bull is selfish, and he'll be the first to admit it, which can sometimes be frustrating. But on the other hand, if he wasn't that selfish, he wouldn't be the great goal scorer that he is. So as far as I'm concerned, carry on being selfish.
Those early days at Wolves were a revelation. A £50,000 buy from West Brom reserves by a club with no money who'd stared closure in the face more than once. Steve Bull wondered what he'd done. Molineux fans were soon chanting a name that was heaven sent for headline writers. Not since John Richards, who'd retired in the early 80s, had Wolves fans had so much to cheer. And for those who survived their darkest days, there was reason to thank, of all things, a West Brom manager.
He wasn't doing it, and in my opinion wasn't going to do it in the First Division. And although we were in the second, I was looking for players with First Division potential.
No goal scorer does it alone. Even before Bull went to Wolves, the directors had forked out of their own pockets to bring Andy Much from non-league football. The partnership took defences everywhere apart.
If you just look at his attitude on the pitch, I mean, that says it all. I mean, he'll chase every ball down, he'll go through brick walls, you know, and supporters recognise that. I mean, he plays with his heart on his sleeve, and that's the type of player he is. And he's, as I said to you, he scored some goals which, you know, take your breath away. You're so shocked that he's got in that position in the first place. He gets in there time after time after time. Obviously, he misses his chances, but some of the goals he scored, you know, I mean, everybody just has to stand up and praise it, you know.
As well as having that peculiar and indefinable instinct for scoring, players like Steve Bull need aggression. The battles with centre-halves are part of the game, honours usually even, but neither complains. The physical contact is given and expected. The Bull-Steve Walsh scenario has been a part of Wolves-Leicester games ever since Bull and Walsh met. It also turned out that this August night 4 years ago was when Steve Bull scored his 200th goal for the club. Away from Molineux, Steve is a home bird, the company of wife Julie and sons Jack and Joe, his first love. He's even happy to make the tea and do domestic chores. Always hugely in demand by the public, and never a man to say no, whatever the call on his time. Mark McGee has made changes and gave the captaincy to Bull. A shy man who enjoys privacy and doesn't welcome media intrusion, Bull was nevertheless seen as an ideal captain.
Apart from us feeling that we didn't really have someone in the dressing room who was a natural leader as such, we thought the best qualities of leadership that we had in the dressing room were Steve's effort and his work rate and his example. So, you know, he's a good example to them all, and that's why he's captain.
This is where Steve Bull stands in the all-time goal-scoring charts. You can't imagine anyone, even Bull, catching Arthur Rowley's record, but Tony Brown's is in imminent danger.
He's obviously going to go. He probably could go. The way the form is in at the moment, he could go in the next few weeks. I just hope he doesn't go when they play the Albion, because we play Wolves in a few weeks. I hope he doesn't go in that match. That'd be a bit ironic, that would, wouldn't it?
Bailey. The last Wolves hero of the Kop scored the winner in a Wembley final and reckons that the reason for Bull's hero worship are simple.
He doesn't give the impression that he's got this prima donna attitude, and again, that's good as far as the fans are concerned. They want players with their feet on the ground, because as I say, they're out there playing for them.